Flower. Okay, I'll do Austin.
Good morning, Derby peoples. Welcome to Derby Church. We are here on a Sunday, rainy, cold morning in Dover, New Hampshire at the Dover Ice Arena. We are at Game 9 of Battle of Bunker Hill. We are going to be watching Flower City in the white with the sad unicorn taking on our friends from Austin, Anarchy, wearing black and their traditional Sunday jorts. Had to check in with my mom to make sure she was ready, and she's got her jorts on. I am Pinky Don't Chidero.
I'm Wrecking Bill.
Hey, Wrecking Bill, who do we have skating today for Austin?
We have number 1, Bruiser Lee. We have 119, Truffle Shuffle. Number 13, S-Pain. 202, Freight Train. 217, Lenan. Number 22, Mimi Mahler. 237, Blue Jay. Number 32, Ice Coal. Number 323, SoCal Menace. We have number 619, Damn Daniel. Number 71, Cat Tricks. 721, Lamone. 79, Colonel Angus. 8008, Mr. G. And number 91, Gomez.
Alrighty, and our friends from Flower City, we've got number 0, Jacked Skellington. Number 1116, Fat Jammer. Number 1127, Giles. Number 16, Ammunition. Number 24, King Killa. Number 333, Hamburger. Number 35, Rocky. Number 369, Dang, she fine. Number 420, Jackpot. Number 48, Oxenfree. Number 666, Morbid. Number 69, Shram. Number 77, Richard Move, a.k.a. Dick Move. Number 8008, Andy. So this is going to be a fun game. Both of these teams, in their last bouts, were kind of neck and neck in the first half of their games, and then we watched them in the second half of the games kind of lose a little bit, and their opponents taking over and coming out with the win. So this tells me that this is going to be back and forth through the entire game. So I'm excited for this one.
And I've noticed that Sharknado, one of the regular jammers, is not playing in this game too.
Yep.
As we get started, Freight Train and Dick Move both pushing hard on those packs. We got a battle of the beast out there pushing through, and it looks like Freight Train's going to win that battle.
Yeah, oh no, Freight Train being called on a cut track there. That tussle at the back there, it looked like Shram was like, hey, Freight Train, I'm just going to give you a hug here in the back. I mean, I would be like, I love Freight Train, let me hug you. Dick Move going one-on-one with Damn Daniel, while Bruiser Lee extending that bridge. Damn Daniel getting just close, flirting with that 20 feet. Dick Move makes it out and is your lead jammer.
Nice bridge there by Bruiser Lee to keep Damn Daniel in play for as long as possible. Does get some sweeping offense brought in, but Shram's going to pick up a forearm penalty as another hug move. That seems to be, Chris must be in a loving mood here on Sunday.
Well, he hugged me this morning, so, I love me some Chris Shram, so.
And just like that, Freight Train out of that penalty box and through on a score. We'll see Dick Moo's going to try to pick up some points and call it, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, nice move there. Good strategy by the Flower City team. Don't let Freight Train get out there and, get steam and get those points.
Yeah, 3-0 is much better than a 4-3.
Yep, absolutely. All right, we're going to start out this jam with Dang, Is She Fine, up against number 32, Ice Coal.
Only one, Chris Shram is the only one in the penalty box as we start this jam.
Hey, is Mama Shram on the chat? I love me some Mama Shram.
Ooh, dang, she took a big hit to the inside. I think that was Blue Jay, I believe, up front.
Oh, inside line, open Mimi Mahler, giving that little space there to Ice Coal. Ice Coal picks up lead as Shram released from the penalty box.
And dang, she's fine, still stuck in that pack. So, nice goal. Slides right through again on the inside.
Oh, but dang, she fine. Also kind of takes that same path.
It's Mimi Mahler. Yeah, it's Mimi Mahler doing some fantastic one-on-one work and actually getting a bridge there from Fat Jammer. who was reluctantly giving a bridge to the wrong player.
But, Fat Jammer was in the right place, threw that shoulder into Ice Cold, took Ice Cold into the infield. And hey, also, shout out to Mimi Mahler, another newly minted Monarch Skates sponsored athlete. So pretty awesome there.
Yeah. Now Monarch making a name for themselves in the roller derby world.
Heck yeah. I mean, some of the top skaters going to World Cup are all Monarch skaters. You've got Thrasher and Mr. Testosterone that I can think of off the top of my head.
Rollamite.
Yep, Carter.
Yep.
Carter's going to be there.
Most of
Team Canada?
Team USA, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you got Big Sexy and yeah. Oh, and here
Stand
we have
aside, yep.
We have Morbid out there jamming for Flower City in white, and in black we have Lenon jamming. Lenon getting knocked up. Lenon, I can't even find in the oh there.
There he is.
There he is up front there.
Oh, with a little hop on that out, Lenon gets lead for Austin Anarchy.
Yeah, it was early.
Yeah.
I lost Lenon on turn 2 there. Ooh, look at that nice little spin move on the outside and back inside around Nurse Ratchet.
Oh, that's not Nurse Ratchet.
That's Jack Skellington. I'm
Nurse
sorry.
Ratchet plays for the other team.
Yeah.
It plays for the Hooligans.
It's still early.
It's still early. I made the mistake of scheduling Bill early.
Yeah,
My apologies.
Yeah, I'm not an early person anymore. I used to get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning for 20-something years, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that no more. I'm retired. And
fair, very fair. People have to remind Pinky of their preferences.
I should have done that, yeah, but that's all right. I'm here. I made it.
I just wanted to call a game with you, Bill.
I don't blame you. Hear me mess up early in the morning. That's a good thing. Morbid stuck back in the back with a nice 3-wall set up by Austin.
Yeah, I don't think Morbid's actually completed the initial yet, so.
No, Chris Schramm going back to the penalty box.
Brother Chaos and I were talking about the penalty box, and that Brother Chaos had approached both teams and was like, "Hey, you're gonna have a great Graham. I know you're not gonna come to the penalty box." And I said, "Brother Chaos, have you met Schramm?"
He was born in the penalty box.
Exactly. I mean, I think the only person in the history of Derby that spent more time in the penalty box than Schramm is Wheelie Rider. I think Wheelie Rider has been retired for many years and is still sitting in a penalty box somewhere.
Hey, that was nice work up front by. Was it King Killer?
Mm-hmm, King Killer.
King Killer, yeah. And Jack Skellington forcing Lenon to call it off. Two-man blocking scheme up front. And Lenon could not get through for any more points. Picked up 7 on that one, though.
Oh, you know what? It was crossed off on our sheet, but we do have El Pollo Loco out there for the Flower City jamming.
Oh. He is playing, yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't even call his name.
El Pollo Loco, this is his second game ever.
Oh, wow. Freight Train gets out and gets lead for Austin Anarchy, and quick 4 points picked up on the board as El Pollo Loco's been unable to get out. Now they get that helmet cover pass to Fat Jammer, who really is going to be a jammer now.
And Fat Jammer rocking the jorts as well. Yeah, SoCal Menace was really, really the problem child there for El Pollo Loco. Loco was stuck behind Menace, and Menace just kept pushing and pushing, kind of forcing that need for the star pass.
8 points picked up by Freight Train, 23-3 early on. We have Dick Move out there jamming for Austin. Oh, I'm sorry, for Flower City in white. And in Austin, that's Ice Cold jamming. Getting stuck behind a 3-wall up front, and Dick Move getting stuck behind a 3-wall, but both jammers pushing hard.
Yeah, Dick Move, though, just really forcing this wall forward. Oh, big hit from King Killa. Takes Ice Cold off his skates.
Yeah, that was a big hit. That was a nice hit. Yeah. King Killa, who was trying to play some offense for Dick Move, and then,
Oh, no. King Kayla also coming up trying to play some offense for Dick Move, but that was just enough of a separation in that tripod that it allowed Ice Cold Pass to get lead.
Ice Cold has to be careful. He gets knocked out and he tries to jump right back in very quickly. And a lot of times it works for him.
Yeah.
But sometimes he passes other players and he doesn't see it. And that got him into little penalty problems in one of the earlier games as we have a helmet cover pass to King Killa. Now,
Yep, seeing that those refs tapping the head, so if you see them kind of like, almost I can pat my head and chew, and rub my tummy at the same time, that is the indication that there has been a star pass.
they're going to keep this going. Look at King Killa power through that pack. And Ice Cold going to keep that going already with 4 points, now matched by King Killa. Ice going to get a couple more and call it off.
Yeah, definitely fair there. You know, when you are in a dead heat, try to get that advantage. Get at least a couple. Sacrifice the extra, the extra two to make sure that you came out of that ahead.
Yeah, if you're going to be stubborn and not get a 4-0, you might as well get the 6-4. 29-7. King Killa did a nice job jamming on that last one.
Right,
Unfortunately, that takes him off the track from blocking, which is what he normally does.
Yeah. Well, we gave him MVP blocker yesterday.
Yeah,
so.
he was really good.
Oh, and Colonel Angus just caps off and pushes everyone to that outside, which gives the inside free and clear for Lannan to pick up lead for Austin.
Ooh. Mimi Muller going to pick up a penalty as a late hit on the Deng Shifine.
Deng Shifine completes the initial pass.
Lannan going to get all 4 points and call it off, though, but does ice one of their better blockers in the penalty box. So we'll see how that plays out on this next jam. Austin slowly but surely building up a strong lead here early on, first 10 minutes of the game, 33-7. They're going to send out Freight Train to jam. Again, Austin in black, and that is Morbid jamming for Flower City wearing the white jerseys.
And Morbid's in jorts.
Several players are in jorts from Flower City as well.
Yeah. It's fun that they, everyone kind of knows the Sunday tradition of Austin and plays along in their jorts as well. So
I didn't know it was a Sunday. I thought they always played in jorts. I didn't know it was.
It used to just be a Sunday thing, and now it's kind of expanded. You see some skaters that wear it for an entire tournament, but mostly, everyone comes together on Sunday in their jorts.
Man, S-Pain doing some nice work out there blocking. Freight Train bounced off Chris Schramm. Gets taken to the outside, but did pick up points. We'll see how many. Yeah, Schramm's feeling it a little bit after running into Freight Train. 3 points there.
Yeah, just, happy to see Schramm still out there skating. We talked a little bit at the end of last season thinking about retiring, and glad to see that he chose to continue to put those skates on. It's such a force in Derby, a force for good.
Yeah, he's a new daddy too, so.
Yeah. That baby's my best friend. And best friend to Austin is Ice Cole. Ice Cole is your lead jammer.
That was really nice. That was Andy with a nice drawback on El Polo Loco, who had gotten out, but Andy ran up front and took Polo Loco to the outside and it wasn't stopped as drew him all the way back to the back of the pack as the Flower City blockers let Andy draw that all the way back. Ooh, that's gonna. Oh, nice to see Gomez get up from that big hit. But I don't know if you noticed on camera, but Fat Jammer, after hitting Gomez and knocking down, immediately went back to check on, make sure that that player was okay. So great show of sportsmanship. We don't want to see anybody get hurt. Everybody has jobs to go to the next day.
Exactly.
We're not getting paid for this. So, yes, we're going out here and throwing our bodies around, but we definitely don't want to see anybody get hurt.
No, for sure. Oh, this is a volunteer sport. We actually pay to play. So while we know that we are putting ourselves at risk in this full contact sport, we definitely want to reach out and make sure each other's safe and okay. So
Yeah. You definitely want to make sure we're not hurting each other on purpose. And,
Right.
and that was great to see the sportsmanship and checking on their fellow players immediately.
Yep. I mean, in the end, we're all friends.
Yes.
We might be opponents when that whistle blows, but afterwards, we got to give each other a little pat on the back for good jobs, good hits, and making sure that we are all okay in the end. So.
And we all party together afterwards.
Exactly.
Before and after. And in between.
In between.
Yeah.
So we've got number 420 Jackpot with the star. This is the first time Jackpot has jammed today. Again, bless his heart, he is jamming without glasses. He broke his glasses in a big hit in yesterday's game and apparently doesn't have backup. So, nice hit from Damn Daniel. Just sends Jackpot to the Austin bench, actually. Yeah. While your lead jammer goes to Lennon.
Jackpot flirting with those lines on the outside and keeps getting taken out.
Kinkilla playing that little bit of the last line of defense. Was going to drop tag to offer some offense, but Jackpot again got sent into the stratosphere.
Damn Daniel.
It was Damn Daniel the launch pad for Artemis too.
Oh, and we got another. Jackpot did skate off on their own power after that hit, so seems to trying to shake that off. At least 3 points were put on the board for Lennon, but we have some hard hits going on out there. 46-7, 17 minutes left in this first half. Looks like the referees are going to talk about the scoring, make sure they got the scoring correct on that last jam. As it stands right now, it was 3-0 before the unfortunate hit on Jackpot, who's taken several big hits
just in
weekend.
That jam, yeah.
Well, this weekend too. We had 2 other stoppages in the other game on Jackpot for taking big hits.
Well, yeah, that one hit is the one where he broke his glasses.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Love bench coach Double N there. Having a moment. That's definitely the mom in Double N, making sure that her Derby children are all okay and physically and mentally, because sometimes Derby, while it is very physical too, is a mental game. Once you kind of get in your head, you can totally be off for the rest of the day. Even though you might physically be able to handle it, then you're questioning yourself when you're out there on the track. So
well, it's something else these players need to remember. Those helmets are designed to take so many hits. Mm-hmm. And after a couple hard hits on this concrete floor, you're going to need to be looking into replacing your helmets.
Yep, absolutely.
Because the integrity is just not there.
Well, I do believe that S1 has a program that after you've taken so many hits that you can send your helmet to S1 for evaluation, and they will let you know if it's safe to still continue with it, or if
Good.
it's time to replace it. So
Good. I'm glad to see the whole Derby world start taking concussions very seriously.
Yep.
Because to be honestly, whenever I was playing, we didn't take it too seriously as players, and if it wouldn't have been for coaches, I would have went out there several times with seeing Bugs Bunny and Tweety running around my head.
Well, I just think, too, that's the evolution of Derby and injuries. I can't tell you 20 years ago how many times I was injured or I knew somebody who was injured who were hiding their injuries because they didn't want to not play.
Yeah. Well, I lost 70% of my vision in my left eye because I did not want to stop playing.
Right.
We have Freight Train out there jamming versus Dick Move. We've seen this play out in our eyes earlier, too. Dick Move pushes that hard up front. Mimi Mahler doing some fantastic work, drives Dick Move out, gets a recycle as Freight Train gets out and picks up lead for Anarchy. I don't know, has Flower City got lead yet this game? I don't think I remember that. One time?
The very first jam, Dick Move picked up lead.
Now Dick Move gets out Mimi Mahler, the only blocker.
Mimi Mahler just getting in low.
Going to pick up a forearm, forearm penalty. Wrap their hands around, Well, Mimi Mahler using a height and
it was
leverage to her
absolutely.
advantage.
That was physics,
Yes, 101.
Yep, leverage. You get low and push into that object that is higher than you.
Yeah. Yeah, those big guys that you think that's a big advantage, but honestly, sometimes it's not. And those lower, we saw it yesterday with those young girls getting into people's hips and taking out their legs, and you can't skate when you don't have your legs moving. Who we have out there?
We have Ice Cold jamming for Austin and Dang She Fine for Flower City. Oh, nice hit from King Killa. Sends Ice Cold off of the track. Has to recycle back in behind. And that gives the advantage for Flower City. Dang She Fine with lead jammer.
King Killer doing some nice defensive work out there on Ice Cold. Another recycle. Schramm goes back to his favorite place in the world, the penalty box.
Mimi Mahler released from the penalty box, gets back out on the track and in position, starts doing what Mimi does best, and the jam is called off. Mama Schramm's in the chat. She says, "Let's go Flower."
3 points picked up for Flower City, 50-10, as we're just under 15 minutes left in this first half. We have Lennon out there and Morbid.
Morbid had an awesome game yesterday and is doing that again, just running on those toe-stops, runs over the front wall, and is your lead jammer. Look at that power that Morbid has.
Yeah, once they get out of the pack, they do not let up, and I like that. Yeah.
We just heard it. Everyone's up, though.
Yeah, I thought the way the collision happened, I thought there might be penalties, but I think it was a quick call-off. Get some points and call it off, which 2 points more on the board. Flower City chipping away at that lead Anarchy's built.
Bill, can I ask you to shift the penalty board, angle it so that I can also see it?
Whatever you would like to see. All we got to look at is Chris.
I just like to see the letters there, too.
Okay.
El Pollo Loco and Freight Train. Freight Train doing a little shimmy there and gets that shoulder underneath Kinkilla to get lead. Oh no, El Pollo Loco going to the penalty box on a cut track. So this is a power jam for Freight Train. Toot toot.
Very nice. So they had Tram trapped him back, but their one player was bridging for Flower City, and then they finally called her back. Bruiser lead. Nice work out there calling back that blocker. And that's a pack in the very back. Let's see if they're going to break that and play some offense. Nope, they're going to call it off. And
You always have
ice
to be careful
Apollo.
though when you're bridging. If you have to wait till to hear where the pack is, because if you step back, you could be called on a destruction. So
You
have
shouldn't
to-
be
you shouldn't
because
be.
the pack is in the back with
well,
the
as
blockers.
long as the refs have determined that's where the pack is.
Yeah, that's yeah. They should immediately notice that the pack is immediately in the back whenever they have a blocker trap back there.
Ice Cole out there on a power start gets that lead.
Nice. So they've gotten the lead a lot, and that's been some nice offensive work at the start by Austin Anarchy. It looks like Dick Move out there with the pivot. Sao Polo Loco going to attempt at Mimi Mahler, though, notices that strategy. You're going to go up front and keep an eye on Dick Move.
Have to wait till it's happening. Remember, we're live.
Oh, well, I saw it.
Well, I know you saw it,
Yeah.
but we can't coach from the mic.
All right.
Bill. Remember, this is a hybrid
Okay.
situation. We are both live in the house and on the broadcast here for you all. So, oh no!
All right, my apologies. Ice Cole with some nice footwork on the inside. Picks up 4 more points for Austin.
So it is now actually official. The star pass was completed. Dick Move does have the star in hand. Has not been able to put that hat on yet.
Because Mimi Mahler jumped up front and stopped him.
Yep.
Yeah, saw that play happening.
I'm gonna have to be like the censors on live TV. Put Bill
I
on
got
a
7
10-second delay.
Yeah, I have a tendency to call penalties, too, whenever I hear that whistle blow. Oh, I know what that was.
Yes, Mama Stram, it is me, Pinky.
Ice Cole getting through. Dick was still not been able to
Yeah.
get through. They've done a nice job blocking out there. I know that's Mimi Mahler, but I'm trying to see who those other 2 blockers are that are. Well, that's El Limon.
It's El Limon and
237.
237 Blue Jay.
Yeah, Blue Jay. Nice work out there.
Yeah.
But as
Yeah.
a threesome did, they shut Dick Move down.
Yep.
He never did get it. Neither jammer, El Polo Loco or Dick Move got out of that pack. 12
Yeah.
points put up by Ice Cole on that jam. So
That's, we watched getting a timeout here from White. You were talking yesterday, you called the Philly game, the Hooligans, and that's a strategy that the Philly juniors do is they get in their tripod and they get their tripod down so low and deep that they're basically grounded. They're still, moving millimeters at a time.
Yes.
But they're so deep and strong that no matter how hard the jammer is pushing on that wall, they can't break it and or get past to it. So there's strength in being as low to the ground as you possibly
Especially,
can.
Bandyline and Valentine might weigh half the weight of Dick Move, and they were shutting them down.
Yeah, for sure.
Both of them together.
Oh, yeah,
might
yeah.
weigh half of what? Yeah, but strength and skating skill and
And just
leverage.
again, leverage, sheer
Yeah.
physics. Like you, while you might not match
Strength.
mass wise,
Yeah.
you can use your smarts
Yeah,
to get around
and
it.
they get low and get into your hips or lower, and you can't skate whenever someone's hitting you in the legs
Yep,
like that. You
yep.
just can't. It takes away all your power.
Yep, absolutely.
We have
Already-
Elenon out there. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's okay. Deng Shifine with the star for Flower.
Yeah, I got to be careful because I see stuff ahead of what's going on.
Yeah, I know. That's where I'm here to rein you in.
Colonel Angus is going to get a back block on that big hit out of the penalty box.
Oh,
King Killa. No, who is that? That is
that's,
Jack Skeleton.
Jack Skellington. Yeah.
Yeah, Angus out of the penalty box and right back in. He's trying to the Chris Sham Memorial penalty box. He's little official timeout there.
Yep. So if you haven't visited the vendor village, be sure to do so. Get your Battle of Bunker Hill Invitational merch. Our silent auction has officially ended. It ended today at 9 a.m. I'm sure we will have some winners to announce later in the day. While we are in this official timeout, I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to our officials. We've got on skates out there laying down the law, Damon Mistress, Swiss Mischief, Pete in the Pool, Twisted Throttle, Nomad, Guinness, Raging Cajun, and Bionic.
And out on the track, we have Freight Train going against Morbid. Morbid pushing on Bruiser Lee. And that is Truffle Shuffle, who also done a nice job blocking this weekend. Freight Train powers through on the inside. Picks up lead for Austin Anarchy in black.
Fat Jammer out there giving the offense for Morbid. Right back in the fray, though, into blocking Freight Train. Gets that inside lane open for Morbid, and Morbid gets the first earned pass there. Freight Train, though, in scoring position. Goes ahead, calls it off. I'm seeing 3 in the air. I think I see 2 fingers and a thumb from Pete in the Pool, so.
3 points.
3 points. 3 points.
El Polo Loco out there again for Flower City, wearing those white jerseys, and that is Ice Cole. As we're down 8 minutes, 30 seconds left. This first half
has gone fast.
Ooh, Damn Daniel with a nice offense, but King Killa notices that right away and closes off that outside line.
Oh, King Killa running up on that outside to get ready in position. But oh no, we're getting a penalty on El Pollo Loco. Hey, Crazy Chicken, stop cutting the track.
That's the second time El Polo Locos went to the penalty box. So
same cut track both times.
Yeah, now getting out and picking up lead is Ice Cole on this power jam. Oh, Chris Schramm, one person moving back. Needs to get back with those teammates there as King Killa also up front trying to play some one-on-one against Ice Cole. Does get the recycle as El Polo Loco out. Ice is really pushing the limits on jumping back inbounds, which is good if he doesn't get caught. But
now, if you're ancient like I am, that move that King Killa put there was very reminiscent of the old Gotham days of a sleigh ride.
Yeah.
Up on that booty and just carrying him off of the track.
Recycled back again as Ice Cole is now El Polo Loco out of the penalty box, still trying to break through.
And we have a star pass to King Killa. So each time that El Pollo Loco has been out, has effectively passed the star, which is smart maneuvering. I mean, Pollo Loco is new to playing Derby, has been a longtime ref, so knows the rules, knows the strategy, and, gets that star, knows when to hold him and knows when to fold him. Get that star and hand it over.
4 points picked up by Ice Cole on that last jam. 74-12, with 6 minutes left in this first half. We have Lennon out there for Flower City. Or no, for Austin and then Dang She Fine for Flower City. Yesterday they were wearing the opposite colors.
Yep.
That's what's happening. And I'm still not awake. But boy, nice tripod set up. Damn Daniels, Truffle Shuffle. I can't see who that's number 71. I think that is Catrix.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Fat Jammer being called, I think I heard a multiplayer going to the penalty box.
That's what we see in blue. And then another penalty going, another person. That's Oxenfree. Yeah, so penalties starting to pile up here a little bit for Flower City. Lenon through and on a scoring pass with just 2 blockers to get around and is able to get through.
Now Deng Shifine still trying to find a way out of this pack. Currently can't reach out and get some assistance because her pivot is in the penalty box. But Fat Jammer getting up, getting out of the box.
Yeah, Damn Daniel and Bruiser Lee out there together with Catrix. Man, Truffle Shuffle as well with some nice offense there. Opened up an inside line for Lenon, who just skate through freely. Already 16 points. I do believe that's our highest point total of the game. Is that true?
Yes.
Now we have a helmet cover pass to Fat Jammer, trying to power through these blockers. Oh, takes a big hit there from Damn Daniel. No, that was Truffle Shuffle.
It's Truffle Shuffle, yep.
Yeah, that was a nice hit from Truffle Shuffle. Got the knockout on Fat Jammer. Fat Jammer trying to. Oh.
Fat Jammer's like, God, I'm glad that's over.
Yeah, I really don't want to be a jammer. I really don't.
See, but then you should never name yourself with Jammer in it.
That's true.
At some point, they're going to be like, hey, you picked that name. You're playing that position.
That's true. That's true. Who we got out there?
We got my good friend Dick Move, Richard Move, who is the nicest of humans, not a dick at all, up against a Freight Train. Freight Train with the early push gets into that wall, is being surrounded, gets taken by King Killa to the top of that pack, and Freight Train able to get around is your lead jammer.
After the first game, Freight Train really looks like themselves these last 2 games playing. I don't know if they had a long drive the first game and just couldn't get ready, but when so these last 2 games, they have looked amazing, as usual.
Yeah, I mean, Freight Train comes up against these Murda teams and kind of has to, get time to adjust and change up some of the maneuvering. These Murda walls are a whole different animal than the Woofta world. So
it's just a different style. They go for more big hits and where they try to lock you down in the Woofta style and instead of just throwing their bodies around.
Yeah, but you know what? While we've seen a lot of really big hits, we've actually seen some really slow, strong, contained walls in Murda. And once these Murda players dig in and set that wall, it's sometimes impossible to break.
Yeah.
I mean, it's laying concrete, on a track. So
I should know that. I did that for.
You did.
Yeah,
you did. So it doesn't have to always be about the big hits here in Murda.
That's what our gatekeepers did. We locked people down.
Yep. And Morbid completes that initial pass. Now ready to get in scoring position. Ice Cold, already on a scoring pass, has, as Johnny Pepper will say, filled that first bucket. We now are sitting at 100-12. Austin Anarchy in the lead. We've got about 1:30 left in this first half.
Looks like
we're gonna get an official review from White. I believe I heard White was requesting that official review.
We'll see. Yep, Austin Anarchy is. Austin's flashing.
Jalapeno. My girl in the chat. Just for you, Hala. DuckTales. A woo! That started last year at Bob H. Jalapeno and I were roommates, and just out of nowhere, we started singing the DuckTales theme.
Yeah, the defense from Austin has really been stellar.
Yep.
It's going to be hard to pick a blocker because they've really all worked together really nicely as a team. Only allowed 12 points so far in this game.
Yeah. There are certain teams out there that really just are one blocking unit, and I always get sad that I have to pick a solitary blocker. He's like, can I just give it to this particular tripod?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it is difficult at times to try to pick one. I wonder if Sharky's feeling okay over there. He's sitting out this game. He was complaining his chest was hurting yesterday. He took a shot to the chest.
I think you reminded him because now he's rubbing his chest.
He might have heard me. I mind melded with him on that one.
It's like suddenly I feel some pains.
So, but we do have El Anon as the highest scorer so far then, right? 16, is that what we have?
No, no, actually he had a 20-point jam.
Oh, it was 20. I didn't see that extra 4 come in. Is she going to tell us? She's not telling us.
Oh,
She's walking
by
away.
Yannick. Please come and tell your announcers what happened in the official review. Hello. The sparkly lady would like to know what happened in the official review. I think they...
Well, when it goes away, we know they lost.
Right.
If it stays with a plus, they won. Nobody went to the penalty box. No points came off or went on. 5 points total was given to, I believe that was Ice Cole in that last jam. And we'll just have to play it by ear.
I'm going to assume that
We'll know right now. Yep.
they did not, whatever it was they asked for, they did not get their wish. It was not retained. So therefore, it was Austin who was requesting the official review. They have lost their official review. They will be able to request again in the second half.
This defensive wall they got out there for Austin doing some nice work on El Polo Loco. Not being able to, just now getting past the pivot line up front. Keeps getting recycled. S-Pain doing some stellar work. And Lenon getting lead after getting by King Killa up front. Again, S-Pain with the recycle back on El Polo Loco. And then Damn Daniel joins in on the fun. And they get that recycle back as Lenon gets recycled back by King Killa, who takes a shot to the face.
Okay, Bill, I found out what that was.
All right, go.
Austin was trying to request a cut track on the Flower City Jammer, said that their wheels were out. The referees did not see that, could not confirm, not enough evidence, so therefore no call was made, and they lost their official review.
All right. In the meantime, S-Pain has been doing, the Crazy Chicken's been getting a lot of pain from this jam. I'll tell you that right now. S-Pain has been putting a number on El Polo Loco. Probably going to pick up a, one of them is going to pick up a penalty there.
Yeah, that looks like a forearm going to Menace.
Yeah. But now we have a helmet cover pass now.
Surprise.
Jack Skeleton, yeah, with the star now. I really think that Flower City's going to have to utilize that a little bit quicker into there because their Anarchy's getting out so quickly that they're going to have to start utilizing that star pass a little bit faster because they're waiting till they put up 11 points before they're getting that, and Austin's just going to call it before they get any points. So
we are at the half. Austin Anarchy in the lead at 112. Flower City with 12. We're going to take this quick intermission. Then we will be right back to the action. Our next game is going to be at 11 a.m., and that's going to be our final JRDA game of the day. It's going to be New England Juniors versus Rochester Area Roller Derby. That should be an exciting contest with these fine young juniors. I am Pinky Donchadero.
And I'm Wrecking Bill.
We'll see you in a little bit.
All right.
stream when y'all went into your Macho Man Savage rants because Truck and I have kind of I am his Tony Schiavone to his Dusty Rhodes. So
I see. Yeah. So just one player with 3 penalties. That would be Mr. Chris Schramm.
Shh. He's been doing so good, and now you're cursed him.
Oh, I'm sure he's cursed.
So this game has been a lot of quick hit its and quit its. In this, we've only had 3 jams in the first half with double digits. So nice control work by Austin.
Blake, I believe Lenon has 2 of those. I
think he has all 3.
Oh,
actually.
wow. Nice.
No, he has 2.
2?
Ice Cole had the other.
Ice Cole had the other, yeah. Yeah, so we have a familiar face-off here for the Jammers. That is Freight Train versus Dick Move. The Austin Anarchy wearing black are starting off with a blocker down. Schramm with some nice offense right off the start as Freight Train gets taken down pretty hard. Dick Move gets that back moving, just trying to get through. I believe that is Damn Daniel and Truffle Shuffle up front. Truffle Shuffle's been putting in some work.
Yeah, and that was a nice move by Dick. Dick just put that shoulder in and just pushed Damn Daniel, or Truffle Shuffle, all the way out of play. Truffle Shuffle being called on that out of play just did not release that connection. And look,
I know.
Cursed it.
You think that's it?
You literally cursed it.
I don't think. I think that was a premonition. That wasn't a curse.
It wasn't patterns that we have observed.
And look at that. Dick Move picked up lead and going to call it off. We'll see how many points are on the board there.
I think I'm seeing 3.
Looks like 3 points, yep.
So this is literally a repeat of the first jam of the first half. Dick Move got lead against Freight Train, picked up 3 points and called it. So
yeah.
that we're did we get
deja vu?
Yeah, is this Back to the Future? Did we get in a DeLorean and go back to the first half?
And Chris Schramm got a penalty. So it was a complete.
Yeah, it was a total repeat. Yep. Dang She Fine dipping on out of the outside. Now gets into that low wall, but is also matching low for low.
Nice.
Truffle Shuffle, nice offense.
And look at that. Did open up that inside line there and gets through.
But Fat Jammer also opens up that inside, gets around, traps. I think that's is that El Limon? That
yeah, that is
there?
El Limon, yes. El Limon, Truffle Shuffle, Mimi Mahler, and I believe that is Catrix, I think, back there as well. Right, nope, that's
Mr.
not.
G?
No, Blue Jay.
Blue Jay.
Yeah, Blue Jay, Mimi Mahler, El Limon, Truffle Shuffle. As they've kept Dang She Fine out.
Yeah, there was definitely some penalties happening in that one. El Limon going to the penalty box.
Yeah, I think there was a contact out of play, wasn't it? Forearm.
No, it was a forearm.
Forearm call, yeah. Elanon dances around Fat Jammer. We have a helmet cover pass to Oxenfree, trying to get past Mimi Mahler.
Mimi Mahler so low. You know, I would love to see Mimi Mahler and Yeedy on the same team, on some sort of pickup team, because they have such similar styles of play. Again, also both Monarch skaters. I bet you there's going to be like a Monarch challenge at RollerCon. I'd like to see those two play together.
I'm sure there will be. They have enough days. They don't have as many days as they used to, so I don't know how many games they have.
I haven't been to RollerCon since the very, very, very early days of RollerCon. I think I actually learned about Derby. I was on vacation in Las Vegas for the first ever RollerCon, and I was so just amazed by what was happening. And then we shortly after that started Steel City in Pittsburgh, so yeah, it was kind of my inspiration. I think I went to the third and the fourth ever RollerCon and then have not been back.
This is Morbid versus Mr. G.
Oh, and Mr. G, first time jamming for Mr. G, out there with lead. Morbid with the power, but Freight Train's in this wall.
And at least they put Freight Train with a pivot on their head.
Yep.
Yeah. Just in case Mr. G, we're going to get the 4 points and call it off nicely, too. Spun around the inside. Some nice offense provided by Austin teammates there. Open up that whole inside line. As Jack Skeleton goes to the penalty box for Flower City.
That's Jack Skellington's first penalty. Already Ice Cold taking on El Pollo Loco. Oh, massive hit from Menace takes Pollo Loco to the infield while Ice Cold uses that distraction and gets lead.
That was some really nice offense on the outside by Truffle Shuffle.
And we have a star pass. Pollo Loco handing that off to Chris Stram. Chris Stram using the battering ram strategy to get out of the pack and get that star on. I love how we just have evolved into using his full government name.
And all that effort goes for naught as Ice Cold will call it off.
Yeah, that's okay. Stram forced that call off there, so.
And didn't get a penalty.
Yeah.
So that was good, yeah.
So maybe we should make Stram jam more because he doesn't seem to get penalties as a jammer.
That's true. That's true.
I need to know where's my baby at? Like we need Anderson over here announcing with us. I mean, Anderson joins the podcast now. He's on Derby Rocks podcast all the time. Get that kid on the mic. He can clap. He's a really good clapper.
Is he?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Dick,
Truffle.
move. Go ahead. Sorry.
Truffle Shovel with a shove from behind on Freight Train, trying to get Freight Train through that pack. And that was a
lead.
Yeah, Dick moved with the lead there. And that is Catrix going to the penalty box. Dick move going to pick up points and call it off. We'll see how many. Another, is that 2 or 3? It looks like a thumb sticking out there from Pete. Yes, 3 points.
Grandma Shram is like, where's the baby? He's here. I didn't see him yet this morning. I need to go give some hugs. Again, this needs to be now Anderson and Cooper on the stream. Bebe and Pape. Lignon and Dang Shifine. Dang Shifine actually played a little bit of defense there, used that momentum to push off and then gets cut in the wall. I'm seeing a multiplayer block, which is what Dang Shifine needed. Broke up that wall, and Dang Shifine is your lead.
Oh, Mimi Mahler now jamming for after the helmet cover pass there. Mimi Mahler with the helmet cover. A quick pass off. Points picked up. No points for either team.
No. That's
Is
smart.
that our first?
Smart.
Is that our first 0-0?
I think that is our first 0-0. It's his. This is, yep. No, it's, well, in this half, we did have a 0-0. We've had 0-0s in the other.
Did we?
Yeah,
okay.
we had one. Jam 15, we had a 0-0. It was Lignon and Dang Shifine.
Okay, just like that last one. Yeah.
Oh.
Another lead here for Morbid. Picks up lead as Mr. G goes to the penalty box. So.
Oh, we have then a power jam.
Yeah. Oh, killer.
Oh, nice toe-stop work by Morbid. Just pushing. What a powerhouse Morbid is.
Yeah, and really far out front was Freight Train and Damn Daniel. Morbid gets retaken out by Truffle Shuffle that time. With a little assist from Daniel. Oh,
Truffle Shuffle trying to make a hit.
he
Morbid
did.
felt that, but didn't move very far.
Far enough got him out of bounds to get the call off. So, yeah,
So
7 points.
I've heard about Morbid's crazy workouts. I need to get in on some of that action. Mama Shram, your grandbaby is the most beautiful of babies. Him and I are going to have a foot race. He's probably going to win because he's been walking longer than I have now. So, Ice Cole up on those toe stops trying to push through this pack. El Pollo Loco with the star for Flower getting trapped here. Oh, nice shoulder hit from Menace. Takes Pollo Loco down. Oh, Star Stash this time around. Gives that little misdirection that Pollo Loco was going to hand off the star, but didn't. Puts that cap back on, and Ice Cole, keeping an eye out as he's knocked out of bounds, calls it off. Richard move.
Versus Freight Train. Nobody in the box for either team as we start. We're under 20 minutes left in this first game of the day here at the Battle of Bunker Hill.
Our final day of Derby in Dover, New Hampshire.
Dick Move trying to get some offense there from Jackpot, but Jackpot gets piled under from Dick Move, and pushing out front is Freight Train picking up lead for Austin Anarchy in black. As a Dick Move now all alone up front, pushing, Truffle Shuffle and Damn Daniel.
And this has been how Dick has been successful, is getting that wall and just pushing on it to get out of the pack. So initial pass earned.
Nice work, though, by Austin Anarchy with their bridge work, bridging for their blockers and making Dick Move push through first a 3-wall, then a 2-wall, then a 1-wall before getting out. That's just wears jammers down.
Yeah, for sure.
So nice work there, noticing that, dropping off and getting that bridge, and extending that blocking out even
I feel like
longer.
jammers need to go into like a football practice and push against that metal thing.
The blocking, it's called a blocking sled.
Yes, thank you.
What it's
I don't
called.
know. I don't know anything about football.
Yeah.
As you're saying sled, and Blitzkrieg is writing sled.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a blocking sled is what they call that.
Listen,
and it would be good for them.
My other sport from roller derby is strongman, so I'm just going to do farmer carries. I mean, actually, I'm going to do the yoke. I like the yoke.
Look at this, Mimi Mahler. If we have a helmet cover pass and out, and that is hamburger. Yeah. But Mimi Mahler put up quite a battle there with Hamburglar. Oh, now we're going to get a back block. Oh, no, a call off. I don't know what's going to happen.
4 points for Ice Cold. No points for Hamburglar.
Yeah, no points. Hamburger's like, did I get a penalty? I don't know if I got a penalty or not. Ice Cold did move in front of me at the very end, so I don't know if so they did not call a penalty. Ice Cold just going to call it off there. Pick up the 4 points and was happy with the 4. So they've opened up a 147-25 lead.
Looks like we're going to get an official timeout.
No, I thought Austin was calling a timeout.
Okay, it's a team timeout.
Yeah.
See, they were slow to update the board here. That's okay. By the end of this game, I'm going to be saying penalty, like Bill.
Penalty.
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 10. Pin.
That's my Midwest accent.
And, you know, I was standing with Skidney Crosby for a hot minute, and then my Yinzer came out. And I was like, no, don't make me get all Yinzer. I can't do that. I've worked so hard my entire life to not sound like I'm from Pittsburgh.
Wait till I say 44. Or the Warsher. The Warsher. Even my phone can't get it right whenever I say I'm. I washed my clothes, and it says WARSH. And I'm like, wait a minute. It's not what I did.
Yep. And that would be wash.
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 Yeah, I washed my clothes.
See, in Pittsburgh, we have two ways. It's either wash or whoosh. My mom's on the whoosh side of things. My dad's on the wash side of things. But my mom will take the car to get whooshed at the car wash. She says wash correctly there.
Yeah.
The president was George Washington. The road is Washington Boulevard. Doesn't make any sense. Freight train, totally making sense. Taking that outside line, gets one-on-one with King Killa. King Killa, though, just putting that booty into Freight train. Freight train able to find a way out. Is your lead jammer as Morbid gets called on a forearm and heads to the penalty box. This is a power jam.
Getting some offense up front. Austin does a nice job of that sweeping offense in, getting their jammers through. Reset back. They do the initial sweep in. Now let's see if they have the opportunity to trap a blocker. Oh, a nice work there by Bruiser Lee. Morbid almost coming into the pack there.
Bruiser Lee, so good. Bruiser Lee was shocked that we gave him MVP in his last game.
Oh, he deserved it.
He absolutely deserved it.
Yeah. Ooh, Morbid. It takes Daniel with some big hits here. Now we have King Killa, who's actually did some nice work jamming after getting a pivot as a pivot, getting that helmet cover, and they're going to force a call off there.
King Killa, definitely one of the veteran skaters here on Flower City, sporting his Team New York shirt. Went and skated with Team New York at
State Wars?
Not in New Orleans. What is that?
Oh, Y'all Stars.
Thank you.
158-25, 11 points put up on the board on that last jam by Freight Train. We have El Polo Loco out there and Lenon jamming for Austin Anarchy.
Well, Oxenfree getting some offense there. Just what El Pollo Loco is. One little foot out there, gets lead, but gets pulled back in and off the track. But El Pollo Loco lead. I believe this is his first lead.
I believe so, yeah.
Folks may know him as a ref, as Behold Stripey Horse. Now playing the Derby sports and gets first lead and calls it off. Nice job, El Pollo Loco.
0-0 jam, but nice work by Truffle Shuffle out front as El Polo Loco had gotten out of the pack, and Truffle ran up and knocked El Polo Loco out and recycled all the way to the back.
Is Cooper waking up? Coop's like,
He's like, yeah, I'm awake now,
He's
Dad.
like, I'm awake. All right, we've got Ice Cold and Dick Move. Dick Move right off the bat in a Austin Anarchy wall. Like, hey, keep Austin weird and keep Austin from preventing these jammers to get through.
Cool.
Shram coming up, meeting Ice Cold at the top of the pack, but Ice Cold able to dip around. Your lead jammer is Ice Cold.
Opportunity there to play some offense for Dick Move, but the Flower City blockers decide to go full. Now that's going to be a cut.
Yeah. No, they
What?
gave no impact, so
All right.
yeah.
Okay. As Jack Skellington went off on a penalty.
Shram there holding that line, making sure Ice Cold comes back in. Oh, but Austin doing a great job of capping off the Flower City blockers to the outside, leaving the inside clear for Ice Cold to pick up additional points.
As King Killa again with the helmet cover pass too, and gets out there and forces a call off. 7 points put on the board by Ice Cold. 165 to 25. Team
timeout.
It looks like Flower City going to take it.
Yep. Yep. It looks like we are practicing some, cheerleader moves there, where they're just going to launch Dang She Fine.
Through the
maybe
air.
do a little basket toss there.
Yeah.
But
That might work.
Yeah.
Get them away from those defensive players there from.
I mean, go back. Dumpster fire. There's footage of Brick House from Carolina Wrecking Balls just kind of grabbing his jammer by the jersey and just hurling them through the pack. I tried to send that to my team to say, watch this, practice this. We have a jammer who I'm just like is a bird. Like, just take your jammer and hurl them through the pack, please.
All right, we come back from that team timeout. Again, we have no color on our penalty board here. Nobody in any trouble.
Stop saying it.
I want to see somebody
We want
enjoy
to speak
that.
into existence all the good things.
I see. Lenon out there versus Dang She Fine. Dang She Fine. Oh, thought she
So
got
close, so
inside.
close.
Yeah. Oh, it gets taken out at the very end by El Limon.
Yeah, Dang She Fine looked and saw that Fat Jammer was in place to play some offense, so ran up that inside line, but El Limon, predicted it was going to happen, cut off the inside. Flower City out of play, has to yield, and your lead jammer is Lignon.
Oh, look at that, though. Dang She Fine half a lap behind. Oxenfree with a nice knockout on Lenon. Let's see if any points were picked up. Going to talk to those outside refs to see how many people they think Lenon passed before getting forced out and calling it off.
And that looks like it was
Two.
Twisted Throttle and Guinness. Ragin' Cajun.
2 points.
2 points. Alrighty, and away we go. Morbid back with the star. Freight Train. Ooh, Freight Train going in and taking down number
Andy.
808 Andy. Freight Train, your lead jammer.
I'm going to use your cat.
Bill's using my cat to clean his glasses.
Well, and I said cat. So
Yeah. See, look, Chris Ram full of love with S-Pain. I love roller derby. It's so great. Well, here, Bill, I also have a cat paw.
yeah, I see that. I see that. Yeah. Well, I can see now. There we go.
There you go.
All right, we have El Polo Loco out there jamming for Flower City in white, and that is Ice Cole jamming for Austin in the black jerseys.
Oh, Mr. G really digging in there on Pollo Loco. Damn Daniel throwing the shoulder, throws Loco off the track while Ice Cole has the inside and is your lead jammer.
Now, Ice got through past Fat Jammer, and nice little spin move on the outside. Now we have a helmet cover pass to Oxenfree, and that's going to force Ice Cold to call this off after getting a couple points before Ox can pick up any points for Flower City.
Good timing there because Oxenfree did get in to the pack but was not able to secure any points there.
5 additional points as Austin opened up their lead 175 to 25 with a little under 9 minutes 30 seconds left in this game. Dick move versus Lenon. Nobody in the penalty box for the team. We got a big pile up back on the jammer line.
Ooh, Bruiser Lee with a nice sweep there to clear out the outside, sends Limon free and clear as lead jammer. Lignon, I said Limon.
Yes. Whenever Flower City stays together, they've been doing a good job. When they get split up, and look at that, King Killa with that helmet cover in hand snuck out around. They didn't notice that King Killa had that as Elenon.
Oh, big shoulder from Jack Skellington into Lignon as King Killa was coming around. As Lignon steps out of bounds, calls it off.
Does manage to pick up 8 points on that. Lignon is actually the high scorer, I believe, for Austin Anarchy this game.
So far, yes. Yes.
Freight Train out there versus Morbid. Morbid lining up behind Colonel Angus and Mimi Mahler. Freight Train gets the back and forth, gets Flower City blockers moving, and then gets through on the inside as Mimi Mahler knocks Morbid to the inside. Morbid now trying to power through, but man, that defensive work there by Freight Train avoids that hit from Oxenfree. Now Morbid out. And on an initial pass is Freight Train on a second pass. We'll see what Freight Train does here. Whips around one blocker in back and calls it off as the Flower City blockers had decided to go to the back of the pack. Austin nicely went to the front to keep Morbid off the scoreboard there. 6 points picked up by Freight Train, 189-25. What is going on, buddy?
He's like, I'm awake, Dad.
I know it. He's like, I need to go for a walk.
7 minutes, bud. 7 minutes.
Yeah. We have Ice Cold out there jamming for Austin with a big pile up, and Dang She Fine gets lead for Flower City. Ice Cold now half a lap behind. They get this, Austin doing nice work, getting this pack moving up to the front. Jack Skellington, though, picks off Bruiser Lee nicely. Allows Dang She Fine to call it off, picks up 2 points. Ice Cold kept off the scoreboard that time, so 2-0. Flower City 27. Austin Anarchy 189. Lignon out there versus El Polo Loco.
Oh, that's okay. I was just doing some research.
Okay. Oh, we got a player from each team going to the penalty box.
Oh, that's Hamburglar.
Hamburglar and Menace.
The chat has suggested that Jamburglar, the ref from Pittsburgh, do a jersey swap with Hamburglar.
S-Pain gets a recycle there on El Polo Loco. And finally, Lignon out with lead from Austin. And quickly hand that helmet cover off to Oxenfree. It's going to force Lignon to call it off. See how many points Lignon picked up. It looks like a full 4 points. But that helmet cover pass is at least limiting the damage done, as Austin's been able to get out lead a lot this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely the percentages of lead are in favor of Austin, but Flower definitely, having a better second half as far as that goes. Like, you never like giving the bad stats, but like they had lead twice in the first half. They've had 6 leads in the second half. So definitely a better percentage and a better half for Flower City.
Shuffle going to pick up a penalty. Looks like direction as Freight Train's out on a scoring pass. And Dick Move now out of the pack. They get their defense together in front of Freight Train. as the offense comes sweeping in nicely. That was S-Payne opening up that inside line there for Freight Train to pick up all 4 points. That'll be a 8-point jam, I believe, for Freight Train. That wasn't an initial pass, was it? No. There's only showing 4 on the board, so that's what we'll say, 197 to 27. We're under 4 minutes left in this game. Timeout taken by somebody. Flower City going to use their last timeout. They've been playing a lot of the same players at the same time on the track, so a little shortened bench. And
well, that's when you have a consistent rotation. You have maybe 3 or 4 jammers. I know that I like to run a 3 jammer rotation and have a 4th as, like, shall we say, the backup. So if somebody does start getting into penalty trouble, if somebody gets into penalty trouble or injury occurs, then I've got that 4th jammer to roll in there. Anything more than that is a little excessive in my opinion. And then you have that making sure that your pivots are somebody that's comfortable in a jammer position, so that you can either do the star pass or you can rotate them into a jammer position. So
nobody in any real penalty problems here as we're under 4 minutes. So
and we're relatively even in our penalties.
14 and 13. So
dead heat there. Only 1 more penalty, and surprisingly, that 14 penalties belongs to Austin, 13 for Flower City.
They've spread it out though across their team, so they've done a nice job. They got nobody with more than 2 penalties in this game.
Yeah. All right, we've got Ice Coal up against Morbid. Morbid, just such fast feet up on those toe stops every single time. Clearly, Morbid does sled pushes, and Oxenfree comes in to offer some offense, breaks that up, but Morbid pushed into the infield, gets right back on that track. That wall, though, is got enough of a separation that Morbid able to take advantage, gets a shoulder under Limon, and is your lead jammer for Flower City Fear.
Ice Cold was recycled back, and now they're going to utilize the helmet cover pass to Mimi Mahler.
This is only like the 2nd time, maybe 3rd time that Austin has done a star pass. Not many at all.
Oh, a little late call off there from Morbid. It's going to allow Mimi to pick up some points. It's going to be a 2-2 jam. It looks like Jackpot found his glasses.
Those are his backups.
Oh, good. Backups. That's always need backups. All right. We have Dang She Fine versus Linan. Nobody in the penalty box for either team. We've had, honestly, it's been a nice game. Dang She Fine finds an outside line and picks up lead there for Flower City. That was a nice move there as everybody had moved to the inside. Linan gets taken in by King Killa and recycled back. Oh, Dang She Fine going to call it off. And surprisingly, because, it looks like we did have Linan never got out, and I'm surprised Dang She Fine called that off after picking up the 3 points. So, happy picking up points. I'm going to call it. Looks like we're going to 1 minute, 29 seconds left. We're going to have El Polo Loco versus Freight Train out there as everybody back on that jammer line, but slicing through is Freight Train, breaking right through those blockers. And now El Polo Loco, helmet cover in hand, trying to get through Damn Daniel and Truffle Shuffle, but unable to as Truffle Shuffle pushes Damn Daniel out along with El Polo Loco. As Freight Train now gets caught up in that blocking scheme of Flower City blockers, but bounces off as Jackpot was the last line of defense there, picked up 4 points. As Freight Train looks at that clock, I'm sure Freight Train's going to try to run this clock out. Oh, no, going to call it off after being taken out. So they're going to get 1 more jam out of this, it looks like. 204-32 is 5 points put on the board by Freight Train. And I think they're going to just let this time clock run down. Maybe not. We'll see. What do you think?
I think they're going to run down the clock.
I heard 5 seconds, so we're going to have one last jam here. That's Dick Move versus Ice Cole. Dick Move pushing hard up front. Ice Cole stuck behind those blockers. King Killa gets a recycle. Schramm and King Killa. Schramm a little late getting back up with that tripod. And Ice Cole is going to take a big hit from King Killa. And I think Ice Cole's going to stay down. We're going to call this jam. Big, huge hit. What are you going to do with him?
I changed my mind. I went there.
Okay, good. I like blocker there.
Here or here?
Blocker for Fat Jammer. I like. Oh. He got up. Ice Cold got up.
Already, we are at the end of this game. We are going to wait for
Shuffle or Dan Daniel?
So we are at the end of this game. Official 204 to Flower City. Austin Anarchy taking the win. The rolling whistle has determined the final. We're going to get Austin Anarchy. They're going to do their little, do their team chant, celebrate. We'll get some victory laps out there. And then we will have the teams head on over to Scooty, get team pictures, and announce MVPs. Thank you, Wrecking Bill, for being up early with me. I'm Pinky Don Chidero.
And I'm Wrecking Bill.
Have a good one.
Okay, I don't turn.